Secrets linger in my blood, shadows pooling beneath my skin. I stumbled upon my grandfather's faded diary. Words scrawled in shaky ink. He was an FBI agent, tangled in the arrest of Al Capone. A hero, or so I thought, until I read about the mistake. A betrayal that twisted pride into dread. I felt the cold chill grip my spine. Each word sent shivers down my arms. My heart pounded like a drum, echoing in the silence of my dimly lit room. Pages turned, revealing names, dates, and a confession that pulled at my insides. Goosebumps blossomed on my skin. It was real, terrifyingly real. Then there was Jason, my friend. His face flashed in my mind, laughter echoing in snapshots. But what if he was entangled in this web? The thought struck me like a lightning bolt. My breath hitched, the air thick with tension. I could feel the walls closing in. Outside, the world continued as if unaware of my unraveling. The dim light filtered through the blinds, casting stripes across the floor like prison bars. My fingers trembled as I gripped the diary, torn between the truth that could shatter everything and comforting ignorance. I wanted to scream. Questions twisted in my mind, each sharper than the last. Footsteps echoed outside my door. A ripple of panic surged. Was it him? Jason? Did he know? A sudden silence, deep and heavy, suffocated me. I hesitated, caught between two truths, my heart racing into uncharted territory. What if I pushed too far? The truth could poison the air between us. But retreating felt like a betrayal too. The weight of my grandfather's choices threatened to bury me alive. Was Jason waiting, plotting? Did I dare confront him? My pulse quickened, and I sensed my fate shifting like sand beneath my feet. Everything hung in balance, ready to crash. The storm was brewing inside me, and I knew, at any moment, everything could explode. I took a deep breath, clenching the diary tighter, poised to choose. The world outside spun in a blur as the door creaked open, and a silhouette emerged, framed by the pale light. "What have you found out?" His voice sliced through the air, sharp as a knife. I froze, my skin prickled with dread. It was just beginning. Before you go on, let me tell you something. A lot of people have been saying that YouTube, out of nowhere, unsubscribes them from the channel. Take a quick look to make sure the red button is on. That way you won't miss any of the videos still to come. And while you're at it, hit the like button, because it really helps me keep bringing you stories like this. Oh, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know. My throat tightened. Jason's question hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. I could feel my heart racing. I wanted to shout, to cancel the silence with my voice, but my mouth was dry, words trapped inside. He stepped forward. The light caught his eyes, unyielding, piercing. "What have you found out?" he repeated, urgency cracking through his calm. I stammered. Each pulse of my heart echoed the diary's revelations. Betrayal. But then, a new thought ignited fear within me. "Did you know about my grandfather?" My voice trembled. Jason's face shifted, a mask slipping. "I had to," he said, almost inaudibly. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean, had to?" He hesitated. Then it erupted, slicing through the air. "I'm not who you think." My chest constricted. I struggled to catch my breath. "What do you mean? Just tell me." He clenched his fists. "I'm part of it. I've been watching you, for him." The world spun. I staggered back, hands braced against the desk for support. Reality felt like quicksand. "You're lying," I gasped. "No!" His voice rose, raw and frantic. "I didn't want it to come to this. I was protecting you." A cold sweat broke across my forehead. My mind whirled with the images of our friendship. Laughing, sharing secrets, a lie woven into every moment. Protecting me? By spying? By lying? Anger flooded through me, hot and bitter. He stepped closer. "I can explain, just please." But I shook my head, veins pulsing in my temples. I couldn't hear him. Air thickened around us, the silence deafening. This truth clawed at the edges of everything we shared. What would I do now? I didn't know if I could even look at him. Everything felt upside down, threatening to crush me. Did I dare trust him again? As the weight of his words settled, an icy fear knotted in my gut. My world was fracturing. My mouth opened, but no sound came. Would I ever find solace in the shadows again? The silence screamed between us. My heart hammered, each beat echoing his words. "I've been watching you. For him." "Why?" I rasped, choking on my disbelief. And then the ground fell from beneath me. "Your grandfather, he wasn't just an agent. He was a double agent. He sold secrets, murdered to cover his tracks." A sharp gasp tore from my lips. I staggered back again, the world tilting. No, that can't be true. Jason's eyes burned with regret. "I swear, I didn't want you caught up in this. He told me to stay close, to protect you." Protect? The betrayal twisted like a knife in my gut. "You knew?" He shook his head, pain etched across his face. "I found out too late. I fell for you, and then it became too complicated." Caught between fury and heartbreak, my vision blurred. My whole life felt like a carefully crafted lie. "Were you ever real?" The words tumbled out, raw and jagged. His face crumpled. "Every moment with you," I thought. The door slammed shut, cutting off his words. Suddenly, I was alone in the suffocating silence. Fear coiled tightly around my chest. Why hadn't I seen it? Could I ever look at him the same way again? Outside, the world continued. But within, a storm raged. My heart pounded with an urgency I couldn't shake. And then, a new thought slashed through the chaos. What if he's still watching us? Panic gripped me. Because if my grandfather had played both sides, maybe I was next. My stomach twisted as Jason's words echoed in my mind. For him? I felt nausea rise. Suddenly, my phone buzzed on the desk, an unknown number. I glanced at Jason. His eyes flickered with panic. I hesitated, then answered. "Hello?" My voice trembled. "Get out, now," a raspy voice said, sending chills down my spine. I looked at Jason, who paled. "What did you do?" I whispered, my heart racing. Before he could answer, a loud crash outside my door made us jump. A shadow detached from the chaos. Someone was coming. I stepped back, breath quickening. "You brought this on me!" "Trust me, please," he begged. But doubt clawed at me. My heart pounded. "Did you use me? Was any of it real?" Silence swallowed his reply, tightening like a noose. Suddenly, I remembered something my grandfather had written, a name I hadn't recognized. What if it connected Jason to him? "Who are you really?" The tension crackled. Every second felt like a threat. "Tell me!" But then I realized, what if I was more like him than I thought? What if this danger was in my blood? Before I could think, the door swung open, and the figure stepped inside. A smile spread across their face, familiar. "Hello, my dear." My breath caught. It was my mother, and I had never felt so afraid. "Mom," I whispered, my heart racing. Confusion twisted within me. She shouldn't be here. Shouldn't look so calm. What are you doing? Her smile faded, replaced by something colder. You need to listen. I stepped back, nausea rising. You've been here all along? A part of this? The heavy silence crushed me. She swallowed hard. Your grandfather wasn't just a double agent. He didn't just betray people. He betrayed me. I was his informant, his partner. My pulse quickened. What? No, that doesn't make sense. I gave him everything, but he wanted out. He faked my death to escape, to protect you. My chest tightened. Protect me? You let me grow up thinking you were dead. Because I had to, if you found out. But you'd be dragged into this mess. Everything I knew shattered. This isn't protection. Mom, you're lying. Tears poured down her cheeks. It's too late. They're coming for us. My body shook. Who? Just then, a loud knock echoed, shaking the house. Open up, a voice rumbled from outside. I froze, terror coursing through me. Who is it? Stay quiet, she hissed, panic in her eyes. I glanced at Jason, his face a mask of fear. What do we do? But before I could move, the doorknob rattled. A chill spread through me, icy and absolute. Mom, what have you done? And then silence fell, heavier than a tomb. The doorknob rattled, and I held my breath. Behind my mother, desperation flickered in her eyes, a warning I couldn't ignore. Mom, please, it can't be true. But she stepped closer, her voice low. There's more. My heart dropped. More? Your father, he's alive. Cold dread washed over me. What? That's impossible. I thought he was dead too until a few weeks ago. He found me. Bile rose in my throat. Found you. You lied. Out of love. He wanted to keep you safe. The door shook violently. We need to go. Panic exploded in my chest. Why didn't you tell me? Because he still works for them. He's the one they're after, and he's still a part of this. A new wave of fear crashed over me. Why should I trust you? Why should I trust him? The pounding grew louder, despair closing in. Please, we have to run. But I was frozen. What if he's not who you think? What if he's using you? The door splintered, echoing with a chilling finality. Uncertainty twisted like a knife as my world splintered into chaos. I could barely breathe. Mom! And then silence fell heavy as my mind reeled with the weight of betrayal, wondering if I could escape the shadows of my family, or if they would consume me whole. I stared at her, my breath caught. Alive? How can he be alive? Because I made choices. Choices for you. Her eyes were wide, pleading, but the truth twisted inside me like a blade. No, Mom, you never trusted me. What more are you hiding? Then I saw it, the flicker of fear as she glanced past me. I turned. Jason stood rigid, his face a storm. What else don't you know? My stomach dropped. What do you mean? He took a step forward, voice sharp. Your grandfather wasn't just a traitor. He was the one who killed your father. My father. Shock blasted through me. My knees buckled as everything shifted. No, that's not possible. Your family is a lie, he shouted. Reality splintered. I felt sick. Betrayal, love, life, it all twisted, curling into a mass of lies. Mom, is it true? Heavy silence pressed down, suffocating. My pulse raced, a frantic drum in my ears. Please, we have to go now. But my legs felt leaden. Could I trust either of them? The door shuddered again. That loud knock. Who was coming? Mom, tell me. Her lip trembled. Do we even know who the enemy is? And then darkness crowded in. I didn't know if I could ever escape. My heart raced as my mother's words settled like stones in my gut. Alive? How could he be alive? My mind spun, reeling from the weight of her confession. You betrayed me, I shouted, the truth like a knife in my throat. Then came her voice, haunting and distant. What if I told you, you're not just my daughter? You're part of this, a pawn in a larger game. I staggered, grappling with my own identity, confusion flooding in. What do you mean? Her eyes narrowed, fear creeping in. You have skills, inherited from him. They want you, for more than you know. Faces flashed through my mind, every moment tainted with secrets. The room closed in, my breath quickening. What are you saying? I didn't ask for this. The door banged louder, a cacophony of urgency. Please, we need to leave. I wanted to trust her. I wanted to scream. But could I just walk away from everything? A wave of nausea surged. My voice quaked. Everything I thought I knew, was it a lie? The truth hung heavy like smoke. I trembled, the walls pressing in. In the distance, sirens wailed, a harbinger of chaos. Mom, are they coming for me? I whispered, the panic throbbing in my chest. What did you think? This is why we can't stay. The room felt too small, too dark. I glanced at Jason, our eyes locking for the first time since that moment of betrayal. What if he was right? Were shadows forming around me, threatening to consume everything? Suddenly, something shattered inside me. I don't know what to believe. As the door splintered, adrenaline surged. Would I find safety in the truth or run straight into the fire? Go, she hissed, urgency igniting her tone. But I hesitated. Would I ever escape the past? Or would it always find me? My heart raced, tangled in a web of confusion and fear. My mother's eyes scanned the room as if waiting for something. Someone. The truth, she whispered. You have to know what he did. Then, with a trembling hand, she pulled a pendant from her neck, revealing a hidden photo. My breath hitched. It was a woman, my mother, standing next to a man I didn't recognize. Who is that? I gasped. Her gaze faltered, guilt flashing in her eyes. Your father's twin. He's the real traitor. He killed your father, and now he's coming for you. The ground shifted beneath me. My stomach lurched. What? No time. We need to go. But I felt frozen, stuck in a whirlwind of betrayal. And then I saw Jason's face, etched with horror. He knew. Suddenly, doubt filled the air. You lied? My voice cracked, raw and broken. His silence screamed louder than the knocking at the door. How could I trust him now? A panic seized me. Mom, what if it's too late? Terror crept in, clawing at my sanity. Outside, the shadows loomed nearer. The door broke open, a surge of darkness spilling in. A figure emerged, brandishing a weapon. A man with familiar eyes. My father. They found us, he growled, urgency crackling in his voice. My heart thundered. You're alive? I had to protect you. Trust me. His gaze was fierce, but all I felt was the weight of betrayal. Trust? I flinched, glancing at my mother, her anguish evident. Jason stepped in, protecting me instinctively. Run, he shouted, pushing us toward a window. The room echoed with gunfire. I was torn. This family I barely knew, or the friend who had betrayed me. Together, my mother screamed, and I hesitated, throwing a glance back at Jason. The familiar warmth urged me forward. With one final deep breath, I leapt through the window. We hit the ground, adrenaline fueling our escape. Behind us, the chaos erupted into unending shadows. my past collapsing. But freedom beckoned, a flicker of hope cutting through the storm. As we raced from the wreckage of deceit, resolve surged within me. I wouldn't be defined by their secrets. I'd forge my own path, because I was finally free to choose. You need to subscribe now. This is the moment to show your support for these wild stories. Don't wait any longer to share. Press the like button now to help the algorithm and make sure you're in the loop. I want to hear from you. Write your reactions and theories about this ending in the comments. And don't keep these twists to yourself. Share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this conclusion. If you liked my story, keep going and watch the next one that's appearing now. I think it'll move you too.